This is DRF Race of the Day. Hi everybody, Dan Illman here with the DRF Race of the Day for Monday, June the 7th. It is race number 6 at Assiniboia Downs. Let's take a peek at this field. It is the third leg of the $25,000 guaranteed pick 4, a $1 minimum wager at Assiniboia Downs on Monday evening. You can download free Formulator past performances for race number 6 on the Race of the Day event page at drf.com. Access them and handicap along with us. Remember to head on over to asdowns.com on Monday evening before the races. ASD Live has Kurt Marshall and Stretch interactive handicapping available for the races, also on the Assiniboia Downs YouTube channel. As we take a look at the field for race number 6, there's some speed in here. Let's throw up the Timeform US Pace Projector. The number 1, Hot Roddin, is a very fast horse and is a horse for course. He has won 11 of 17 races at Assiniboia Downs in his career, and he was quick enough to win a 2-furlong race at Turf Paradise way back in February of 2020. Now, that was a weak race, and it preceded a lengthy layoff. He returned at Assiniboia Downs last month, and there was just a disastrous race for him. He lost the rider at the start. He likely gained nothing out of it, but he is fast, and he has back class. The number 6 also has early speed that is bite the bullet through. He was a part of a pace battle last time out at Century Mile. He's returning off of a lengthy layoff as well and should show fresh early speed. Let's get back to Hot Roddin a little bit. This is a horse that has done some great work at Assiniboia Downs. It's just a question of where he is from a form standpoint. Again, he has only raced once, if you want to call it a race, since February of 2020. But again, you have to respect his abilities over this surface and his good early speed. Michael Mundo is the number 2, and Michael Mundo made his first start off an almost 2-year layoff last time out, and he just didn't do much running, but he was involved in an enervating pace battle with a couple of other of these rivals before understandably tiring. It was his first start off of a long benching. He should improve in his second run back off of that layoff, and maybe with a more patient ride. You'll note previously in his past performances, he has shown the ability to sit and finish, and I think that's a much better tactic that could be utilized here than in his most recent start where he was used up pressing the pace. He's a big price at 15-1. He must improve, but we might see a different running style. The number 3 is Silver Spun, who is 7-5 on the morning line, and his last race was a classic example of won the pace battle, lost the race war. It was his first start since September, and he was part of a 5-ply pace skirmish while 3 wide and in between horses. Of the horses returning in this race, he finished best of the pace horses, and you could argue that all in all, he ran the best race, despite the fact that the winner of this race, Cabin John, is returning in this spot. He is another horse that is tactical. I think this time around he's going to be close to the pace but not dueling. He has a tendency to be a little bit late to change leads in the stretch. That could be somewhat of an issue if he's involved in another early battle, but Silver Spun is very, very logical. 7-5 a bit light, but he is a likely contender. If you're looking for a price in the $1 pick 4 with a $25,000 guarantee at Assiniboia on Monday, how about the number 4, Otani? This is a horse who was also part of that 5-ply pace battle last time out, and he tired, but it was also his first start since September. And looking back at his past performances, he's a horse that does much better when allowed to settle in the early portion of his races, and I believe those are the tactics they're going to use here. Otani went to the bench in September after racing without a layoff for almost a year and a half. He probably needed a break towards the end of 2020. I think he likely needed his most recent start on May the 26th. They wheel him back on 12 days rest. I think he's going to be sharper this afternoon, and I think he'll be running at a decent price in the stretch. Baccali is the number 5. This horse returned off of a little layoff, shipping up from Charlestown, making his local debut for the $10,000 level last time out. He showed speed. He tired. He's getting a little bit of class relief in this race, and he's another solid horse that has done very well in the United States in West Virginia bred races at both Charlestown and Mountaineer. He's competed against Open Company at Laurel Park, Oaklawn, and Santa Anita. He has a bit of early speed as well. He's one of the sort of curious price plays, 12 to 1 on the morning line with a little bit of a class dip. The 6 is Bite the Bullet Bro. Bite the Bullet Bro, we talked about in the pace projector segment. He's got early speed. We have not seen him since Century Mile on November the 1st, but the horse that beat him that day is a nice one, Mr. Dazzle. He came back to run second in Assiniboia with a 71 Beyer speed figure, and then came back to win with a 70. So that was a good field of $8,000 claimers at Century, and he seems like a nice fit from a class perspective. Let's watch Cabin John's most recent win over 3 of these rivals back in his seasonal debut, and he could not have asked for a better trip. 5 horses, as I mentioned before, were dueling for the lead. Cabin John was sitting all by himself at the back, licking his chops. He swung widest into the stretch. He took advantage of that pace war, and he was able to draw off and win. It was a really nice effort for Cabin John, a 65 Beyer speed figure. I'm not sure if that exact pace scenario is possible for him once again. That was a dream trip last time out, but he should get pace to attack, and it was nice to see him return sharp. He's 5 to 2 on the morning line, and that is a fair price considering his recent form. We take a look at my top selections for Monday's race of the day, and I'm going to go with Otani at a little bit of a price. I respect the 2 favorites. I think you probably want to use them in the $1 pick 4, especially if you have a single elsewhere in the sequence. But I want Otani at 8 to 1. I think he's going to improve off of his seasonal debut, and a change of riding tactics might work out for the best. I'm expecting a rate and finish from him. It's Monday's race of the day, the 6th, at Assiniboia Downs. Approximate post time 10:05 Central Time. Good luck.